This is the final comedy of the day. And I've hinted around this and I've talked about this a few times, but I'm going to go into it in detail. And this is a cautionary tale. Never, never to go out with the wrong person. And this was years ago. It's a girlfriend that I had, and I've been, my blood is boiled every time I think about her. And I almost never think about her. And I don't care if I say their name anymore. Her name was Erin. And she was terrible. Let me tell you something. I met her at BB&T Bank years ago when at first she seemed nice and young and sweet and kind, and I asked her out, and I was very happy that she was interested in going on a date with me. And I thought it could have been the beginning of a budding relationship, but it turned into a dreadful relationship. And I'll never forget it. I took her out the first night to the Villaggio in Boca Raton, and I gotta tell you, she made a comment that was so stupid. And I think I said it before on a video. I was a bit older than her, and she said, I shouldn't be with you. Or she suggested something like this. I'm paraphrasing, but she said, I should be with someone younger. And at that point, I just said, get the hell out of here. I just don't have the interest. But I decided to force her on with her, thinking maybe it would get better. And then later on our second date, she ended up telling me that she has depression, she hasn't had a job, she doesn't have any money, and she said that she has mental issues, serious mental issues. And I should have, at that point, right there and then, just said, I've already wasted 2 dates on this. This is something that I just shouldn't move forward with. I mean, good luck to you. I hope that things work out for you, but it's just I don't have the time for this kind of thing. But I thought maybe it would get better. And I continued to see her, and every time after time was just terrible. I mean, she threw a temper tantrum once and started yelling and screaming. We were at Walmart, and she started just filling the car with a whole bunch of miscellaneous crap, and she wanted me to spend $300, $400, $500 on her, which I refused to. And she ran out into the car and ran around and screamed. Our physical relationship never really manifested. It was terrible. And everything about her was just terrible. And I was so kind to her and her mother. And you know what her mother did? One time when I dropped her off, by the way, she didn't even drive. The mother said, if you treat my daughter like this again, I'll get you fired from your job. And it was just because I drove her home after she had a panic attack and mouthed it off and screamed and yelled. And that's what she said, I'm going to take away your livelihood because you didn't want to pay for my daughter at Walmart. And it was terrible. And I regret it. And even though it was so many years ago, I just thought about it. I regret the fact that I stayed with her. It was terrible. It was horrible. There's a key takeaway at the end of this. And the key takeaway is that we accept the love that we think we deserve. She was terrible. And, even my parents, everyone tried to say, get rid of her. Don't ever see her again. She is definitely someone who's horrible. And I gotta tell you, and I stayed with her for a little while, and it was the worst decision I've made in a really long time. And here's the point. Sometimes it's better to be alone than to be with someone that's absolutely terrible. She was by far the worst girlfriend in the world. And that was one of the first experiences, the first experience I had after a pattern of not being single for a while. And it was horrible. If you find yourself in a horrible relationship, forget it. Get out of it. Dump them. Be rid of them. It's just not worth it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth anything. It's horrible. And this should be a cautionary thing. I really truly wish that the people who watch this do as is. If someone's not bringing you up and they're just pushing you down, get rid of them.